Hello, Durham. Hello, Duke. How we doing? All right. I've got about I got one proclamation, about 3 letters. I'm not reading any of them, but I can tell you where they're from. One is from the city of Durham, and my colleagues out here on the city council. And we have one from Congressman Butterfield, Congressman Price, and Congressman Walker. So I'll give those to you at the appropriate time. I just want to say to the coach, to the team, to the staff, how proud we are of you guys. And it's not just about basketball. I mean, we see you guys on the media. We read about you. And the way you conduct yourselves can't help but make Durham proud as well as yourselves. So we really appreciate that. And let me say this. I tell you how much faith we have in them. As they move towards the final, I kept picking off the cities and the mayors that I knew. Till they finally got to, you know who, Madison. So I called the mayor up and I said, look, we got a basketball game going on this week, today in fact. How about a little wager? I said, we got a lot of good barbecue down here in Durham. What you got up in Wisconsin? He said, we got cheese. He said, but let me tell you this. I've been on this track for about 4 or 5 times. I've been shipping more cheese out than I got coming in. I said, look, I don't want to break your record. I'll go with you. My barbecue against your cheese. And you don't have to send the wine. You don't got to send the crackers. Just send the cheese. So, coach, basketball team, I got a bunch of cheese in my refrigerator. They even sent me a little bit of crackers, but I know I can supply the wine. But again, thanks again, coach, team, for what you do. God bless.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you. I just want to, first of all, thanks for being out today. To be quite frank with you, since we won the national championship, I've been on the road almost every day. So it's good to be home. And more so than that, it's good to call Durham our home. And, you know, Mayor, forget about the cheese, but the wine I'm okay with, all right? I don't need that damn cheese. I'd rather have the barbecue. You know, when we came to Durham, my wife Mickey is here with me. We came here 35 years ago, and we knew we were coming to a great university. We actually found out we were coming to an even greater university than we thought, and the best university. And we didn't know how good Durham would be. And for these over 3 decades, you know, we've fallen in love with our hometown. There was an article in the Durham Herald this Sunday where it said, Duke is Durham's team. And I want you to know that Durham has always been our home, you know, right from the beginning. And we came here with 3 daughters, and you know, we now have still 3 daughters. We're not making an announcement, although that would be bigger news than the national championship, I think. Who knows? Miracles? No, they won't. But we now have 9 grandchildren here. And there's really been no better place to raise them than here in Durham, North Carolina. Over the years, in these 35 years, we've seen students come to Duke University from literally all over the world. And I'm not sure you realize this or not, but like our players, once they're here, they not only love Duke, but they call Durham their home also. And that's the love affair that Duke and Durham have had, and it only gets better and better. So thank you from all the people in Duke University for opening up your arms to us and making us neighbors and friends and being part of this amazing community. When I hear the word and say the word amazing, I can't help but think of my guys. We had a real difficult schedule, and to go through our schedule and win 35 games was absolutely incredible. But I'm really glad you didn't lose one of the four in March or April, later in March or April. I felt as the tournament went along that we were the best team in the country, and a huge reason for what we did was our leadership. And our two captains, Quinn Cook and Emil Jefferson, they set the table, really, for all these guys to feel like they were each other's brothers. I think we were the closest team in the country. These guys never knew themselves as seniors, juniors, sophomores, or freshmen. They just knew themselves as Duke University basketball players. And really, it's because of you two guys. So I want to thank you. There were surprises for me. Last year at this time, Quinn and I spent a lot of time together. Nothing bad, just heck, he was lonely and I was lonely, so we found each other on Facebook, I think, and I think I know that guy. Maybe I should help him out. And but we talked about our group, and I asked him, I said, I want you to take on a role that's a little bit different than the role that you think you should have or people think you should have. But it'll be the most important role on our team. And that is to be really the senior that we could depend on to be a really good three-point shooter and to help the freshmen in leadership, and so they felt comfortable on the court. And I could never have imagined, and nobody has done this better in my 35 years at Duke, than to go from that spot to what he did in this season. Our whole team had an incredible year. I'm going to start crying, but you, my son, were the guy. Yeah. Now, you had a great coach to help you, so you're starting to get a little bit like, right? You saw it, right? Settle down, son. I mean, yeah. Now, Grayson Allen's sitting there, and he's wondering, hey, what about me? The whole year, though, and for me, they were a joy to coach. This has been my most joyful year, whether we won the national title or not. These guys have been amazing to work with, and they had each other's back all the time. You never knew if it was going to be Ja, if it was going to be Justice, Tyus, Quinn, Emil, Matt, Marshall coming in and winning the St. John's game for us, really. Yeah. And you're always wondering, when was Grayson going to help, I asked him at halftime of the Wisconsin game, like time's running out. Remember that? No. We won't talk about that one. But what happened in the second half against Wisconsin, I'm going to take you through real quick, all right? So Justice is in foul trouble. Ja's in foul trouble. Quinn, for one of the few times in his life in that year, is not hitting a shot. They go up by 9, and there's a timeout. And literally, I mean, I would never let them see this in my face, but I'm saying this has been a good season. I love these guys. You know, we lost the oars to this boat right now because, you know, we're going to go down here real quick. And all of a sudden in the game, you know, Grayson hits a 3, but, you know, a lot of people talk about the great place and the history of our program. And, you know, in the last 25 years, our program has won more national championships than any program. And in a lot of those championship years, you're thinking about a Leitner shot, a Hurley shot, you know, Jason Williams hitting the 3 to, you know, clinch the game against Arizona. You think about, you know, Zoob's, you know, putting pressure on Hayward's shot, you know, when we have a 1-point lead against Butler. But one of the great plays that will go down in the history of the NCAA is the play Grayson made to get a loose ball. We got a deflection, and he and Jackson went going after the ball. And I can't imagine, because I have artificial hips, my hips would have been going all over the place. But with reckless abandon, it would have made the guys who drive in Charlotte and NASCAR proud of what he did. And he went for the ball, and he went so hard, and he actually saved it, but was fouled. And that was cool because we got possession. But what was even better is when he got up, and he really, how much does he talk? Like nothing, right? Nothing. And then all of a sudden, he just looks at the bench and he says, "Let's go!" And then he said it again, and he said, "Let's go!" And all of a sudden, it set off a chain reaction. And all of a sudden, as good as Matt Jones was guarding Decker, he was guarding him better. As good as Emil Jefferson was guarding Kaminsky, he was guarding him better. And then all of a sudden, it prompted my staff to where Coach Capel said, "Get Tyson ball screens." And thank you for doing that, by the way. And then we won. We won. It was a truly magical season, an incredible group of guys. And I hope you enjoyed the journey with us. Certainly to be out here today and be honored by your hometown is fantastic. I want to thank you on behalf of my family and the Duke basketball family and Duke athletics and our university. And I would like to introduce, he didn't know he's going to speak, but now he does know he's going to speak. And that's been our senior, Quinn Cook. You ready?
Thank you. Thank you. It's a true honor, and true blessing for all you guys to come out here and you know, risk getting wet, risk you know, getting rained on and everything. But you know, we appreciate you guys for showing support, and you've done that. You know, in my 4 years here, and especially this year, like Coach said, we've had a tough schedule, and with a younger team, you know, guys had to step up, and I want to thank Emil and Marshall and Matt for helping me lead these guys. I'm the only senior, but I get a lot of credit, you know, for being a great leader. But you know, without Emil, Marshall, and Matt, you know, having my back at all times, and you know, working hard in the summer, coming early to practice, staying late, you know, coming at night and working out, you know, we all four of us set the tone for the young guys. So, you know, I want to thank those guys as well. I want to thank the young guys for being so humble. You know, the best recruiting class, you know, in probably in NCAA history, and they're so humble, so humble. We want to thank you guys, the best fans in America. You know, you guys' support, you know, your constant encouragement when we see you guys, you know, and if it's us going to get some food, if it's, you know, on social media, I mean, you guys stick with us when we lost 2 in a row to NC State and Miami. When we lost in the ACC tournament to Notre Dame, you know, you guys were still with us, so we want to thank you guys. So you guys get a round of applause. This run has been fun, you know, something that we all can talk about forever, you know, to win a national championship, to be the 5th team to win. But one thing Coach always told us, you know, he wasn't worried about winning his 5th championship. He wasn't worried about winning his 1,000th game. He was worried about this team in this moment. And, you know, that was special to us. And, you know, I can remember after the game when we won a national championship, so we all come in the locker room and Coach, you know, tells us, you know, about the game and how proud he was of us. And, you know, I had 5. I was like, 5th? That's 5, Coach, that's 5. And he was like, nah, that's number 1 for us as a team. And that's been our motto all year, just living in the moment, no regrets, no regrets. That's what myself and Emil's been preaching to the team all year, just playing with no regrets. And, you know, we had a tough game Monday, and we got it done against a great Wisconsin team, and we needed all the help we can get, and Grayson saved us. Tyus played his butt off. Matt, Emil, you know, Matt and Emil scored 2 points together, but, you know, the job they did on Decker and Kaminsky won us the game. And, you know, everybody on our team, we dream of this. We dream of, you know, having our own parade and, you know, taking pictures, showing our kids. So just want to say thank you again for coming out and being with us. And we love y'all. We love y'all so much. Thank you.